Welcome to Toffee TV. Marco Silva has been appointed the new manager of Everton Football Club. It's happened, Baz. He's in the door. Are you excited?
I'm trying to not get too excited about anything this summer.
Yeah. Whatsoever.
No, I just think everything's. I think I'm more excited about the process of it and how we build that all in rather than individual manager. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we were talking, off air about the standard of candidate that is around anyway, and there's not that many managers who would come in. If you got someone like Diego Simeone, yeah, you'd obviously be excited. But
what I would say is, before we talk about Don himself, is I think there's two kind of candidates out there at the moment, or maybe three. I'd say one of them is basically what we've just let go, an older, more experienced, maybe English manager. The second is maybe one that is slightly unattainable from us. So Simeone, Ancelotti, Tuchel is already gone to PSG. Was he a real candidate? I don't know. Maybe a year ago. Maybe Emery. I don't know. Again, he seems like someone. Well, apparently he doesn't speak very good English. But regardless of that, could we have got him? I don't know. And then underneath that is the other option. And now this doesn't matter. This doesn't matter what nationality they are. Right, for a start, the next level is managers who are all around their 40s, maybe to mid 40s, in England, in Portugal, in Germany, wherever. And it's hard to say any of those managers are not a risk, because all of them seem to have positives and all of them will have negatives. All of them.
Yeah.
And that's where we are at the moment, and what I've noticed is Bayern Munich are taking a chance on a young manager. Dortmund look like they're taking a chance not on a young manager. He's not a young manager, but someone who has not been with a top club, someone who's built a smaller club up. And I think it's all about getting the structure right and building a structure around a club. Even look at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Look at Arsenal. It's all about now seems to be that football clubs want to protect what they've got, and they're not willing to risk everything on tried and untested managers. They're willing to give them the job, but what I mean is they're insulating them.
Yeah.
They're putting loads of bubble wrap around them.
That's right, though, isn't it? When you look at us, look at us over the last few years. We had, when Farhad Moshiri come in, we've had Roberto Martinez. Didn't work. And to be fair to Martinez, he never worked with Moshiri. He was on the down a bit, and he was on his way. But we had to pay him off. We've had Ronald Koeman come in. We've spent a lot of money in a transfer market. We've had to pay him off. We've got Sam Allardyce in to do whatever he did.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people, whatever, but we finished we've had to pay him off. So already we've had to spend a lot of money just getting rid of people because it hasn't worked. Yeah, I mean the kind of thing we've ripped Liverpool for. Liverpool playing about 6 different managers.
We've gone through 3 sets of tyres. No, when you have to buy a tyre and you're just going, it's a bloody tyre. You don't really see any impact on it. That's basically what we've done with. In the last year, we've just bought loads of bits,
and then we got the part 1 one, which done the job, but it was time
we did get the part 1.
So you can understand football clubs thinking, when you look at it, that I've always said I believe a manager should have the say on his players, right? But that's all individualistic, isn't it? It's all down to your manager and everything else. So whoever you get in, but you can't keep getting managers in, paying them a lot of money, giving them a lot of money to spend, and it not working. And then the next man comes in and goes, 8 of these aren't for me. and you're like, that 8 have cost 200 million. Well, I don't want them. You can't keep doing that, so you have to build an identity and work, try and work within that structure. Now it might change slightly, but then if you get the right kind of player, they can change slightly. Whereas I think Everton's problem has been too much of one way, and we've had no direction. We've had a fella recently, David Moyes. We all knew what it was. There was no money, very little money, and that wasn't David Moyes' fault, that was the board's fault. But there was very little money, and David Moyes knew what he was doing, and everyone worked within that, and he bought players. He went to watch some, said he watched Lescott 24 times before he bought them and things like that. So very because he had to be right. Everyone knew, everyone was on board with it. Us as fans would be frustrated with Moyes sometimes, but we all knew what he was trying to do, and other restraints. Martinez come in the first season, great. Then he didn't have any control over. He knew what he wanted to do. He knew in his mind how he wanted to pass the ball and stuff. He didn't have the players to do it, or the money to be able to go and buy better quality to do that role, and he just forgot about his defending. Koeman come in with no identity and loads of players just because he thought he could get good players, and then Allardyce come in and bemoan the fact that he didn't have the players to do what he wanted, but ironically bought probably our two most attacking players at the moment. So we need someone to come in and go, this is the way we play, this is our structure, this is the way we play. And then, like we've said before, if Marco Silva doesn't work out, then hopefully Marcel Brands is going, well, there's this fella here that plays very similar but he's better, and he can just fit in and work with that.
But also though, I wouldn't I'm going to be a little bit more positive than that. I'm going to say it's not about just that though. It's not about having your eye on a through line, you know, and that runs right through the club, just in case something bad happens. I'm gonna.
No, but it's not in case something bad happens. You protect the club, because as you move forward, if you keep
I know. But the way you've just described it there is, it could be seen as slightly in a negative connotation. The way I'm gonna throw the positive light on this and say, well, you know what? Actually, it's about saying to a young coach, listen, you are young, you are inexperienced, you haven't done this and this, so we're going to take some of those responsibilities off you and allow you to do what you do. And what we've been, you know, banging the drum for in the last few months is someone to come in and coach the team, give them an identity, get them on the training pitch, get them on there every day and having time with them and working with them, and not having to worry about all those other things and letting someone else get on with them. But also, the person who does that job, who does the other job, which is now Marcel Brands, knowing exactly how to do that job, and there's no, do you know what I mean? There's no worry. This fella finished his career and immediately became a director of football. He was, for the first few months of his career, a director of football. So hopefully that he understands the job. So that is brilliant, because if he understands the job of being a director of football, that's going to help so much more. I'm not going to say that's going to make it's brilliant, it's the best scenario in the world, but if he knows how to be a director of what it takes, that makes it, the synergy, a lot easier for me.
Well, he's done the 3 jobs. He's been a player, he's done the director of football, he's a manager. The reason why I was saying about that, because I know that a lot of people are worried about he just gets off when he wants and stuff. So what I was trying to say was, Everton are trying to protect that scenario, trying to protect us to go forward through Marcel Brands. The idea of giving Marco Silva the job, he's 41 in July, he's a young coach. We need a young coach to grow with. Now, people will level question marks at him and go, we've done this and we've done that. I have myself. Everton put 7 goals past 2 of his teams in 7 months without being great. But in one of those games, it should have been dead and buried when Watford were 2-0 up. They had chances, there could have been more before we turned it on its head, the whole game. But you'd have to look at the whole picture. He went in a Hull. Hull had 14 players when he went in, and they were gone. They were dead and buried.
And he got rid of their best player.
Yeah, to free up, to bring other players in. Took Umar, made Umar in the ass.
Made Umar.
Well, but they beat Man United they beat Liverpool. With those, they went down to Arsenal. Ultimately, they lost, but they had chances. They were winning, had chances. So he gave them a chance. Now, okay, they went down, but I think he got them to the last day of the season.
Did you?
And at Christmas, they had no chances there, you know. So he's done okay there. Watford, they were great. We've said this time and time again. They were brilliant until we lifted our skirt up. And that was it. I watched them at Chelsea. They were magnificent. They went up to Newcastle. Remember them beating Newcastle 3-0 up there? They destroyed them. Should have been about 9. Fast flowing, exciting football. People were all over him. We're all over him when we first went for him. I know some, not everyone obviously, but a lot of people gone, oh, he's great, he'd be great for us.
Go through my tweets. There's a tweet I think from it's September, and it actually says Marco Silva will be a brilliant Everton manager one day. Not today, but one day.
There you go. Well, there you go. So he wanted to. I suppose what we have to remember as Evertonians is he wanted to come here. We were the club that he basically cost him his Watford job because he wanted to come to us. And
because ultimately what happened at Watford, and I get, I'm not like trying to go, this fella's one of the greatest in the world, but what happened at Watford essentially, but essentially what happened at Watford was he basically wanted to leave, made it well known, made it known to his players. Actually, if rumours of believed, started asking players if they wanted to come with him as well, apparently, allegedly, blah blah blah. And some players were just like, when he never got the chance, were just like, listen, if you don't want to be here, we're not going to play for you. And I think maybe a few of them down tools at that point.
I think,
don't get me wrong, I don't think he conducted himself very well. You know, I think,
but I suppose for it,
he never did one or the other. I mean, if you're going to do it, just resign, you know, and let the club sort it out.
Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah.
But if you,
there is that, yeah.
You know what I mean? But he decided, but maybe he was just, you know, playing it. I
suppose it's difficult, isn't it, for the players? Because if you think the manager then doesn't believe in what's happening, you'd only have. It might not have been a conscious decision. No, but they might not have.
Listen, I was watching the Damned United over the weekend. You know what I mean? You watch that and you see a thing about. This is what makes me laugh about. You know, when people go, oh, modern day footballers, and they don't try for this. You watch the Damned United and you see that Leeds team had some of the who, you know, at the time were the best team in the country. They get Brian Clough in. They were like, we don't like this fella. We don't want this fella here. No one's going to try for this fella.
Straight away, we went in and get all your medals and throw them in the bin.
All your pots and pans.
You won it by cheating.
But the point is, though, that was one of the best teams in the land. We sound really old now, I know. It's even before my time.
That's before my time, but I've watched.
But the point is,
watch the YouTube 2-hour film on him.
Yeah, he got 44 days because all the players simply wouldn't play for him, and they were the best players in the land, the toughest players in the land, and all the rest of it.
See with Marino, mate.
Well, it is. That's what I'm saying. It gets thrown around. Oh, it's not. The players don't do this. If the players don't want to play for someone, they won't play for someone. I'm not saying.
But what I was going to say was, I don't even think it was almost a conscious decision with them. I just think if you're believing in someone, and then the next minute they go, I actually want to go there, and I want to go, and I want to take him and him, then you start going, he hasn't asked me to go. Yeah. If that story is true, by the way. But not just that. Not just that. You lose focus slightly in the Premier League. And the other thing was, which a Watford fan pointed out, which I didn't know, they had a horrendous injury list. Just after that, they lost the centre half.
They did. I remember that.
I think they lost about 6 players who've been playing and doing well. Then they started.
But I would also say, listen, I'm not saying this is true or not, but if you were to take a player like Troy Deeney, right, very honest, open, hard-working player who's made a lot of the talent he's been given. You know, you want a manager to believe in you, and also if you are a player who loves your football club, which sort of Troy Deeney seems like he does, and someone comes and he's a bit like that, and he's a bit like, well, I don't actually want to be here, you're going to be like,
and you stop believing what when you lose a couple of games, you then start. They're probably then looking at him going, is he that arsed? Is he that? Which he might not have done anything different. But that's what happened with him.
But listen,
he wanted to come to us. Farhad Moshiri quite clearly wanted him, offered big money for him, wanted to take him. It didn't happen for whatever reason, but that's never gone away. And we've said a few times during the season, well, if you've got a manager you've tried to pay 15 million quid for, sat on the sidelines waiting for you, why would you go somewhere else?
What I would say is on this as well is, if this has always been the plan, right, and he's been in on the plan, and Marcel Brands has been on the plan, then I'm absolutely all over this, all over it. Because if that's been the plan since, maybe not since day one, but maybe, you know, they've gone away and everything's settled down because Sam Allardyce was there, and then they've got to a point, maybe, I don't know, February or March, and they've gone, right, what are we going to do? Brands has said something or whatever, if that's been the case, and they've already spoke, and already, I'm not saying plans have been put in place, but this guy's been watching us. Brands has been watching us. They've been talking. I'm not saying any of these things would have happened, and it would be very un-Everton if they had happened. But these things do happen, and they've happened at other clubs.
But Brands has said he's been in constant touch with Everton.
No, I know. But I'm just talking about this fella, right? But I'm just listen. It might or might not have happened. But if it has happened that way, then I'm all over this, because then that way there's a head start. There's a plan. You know. He will know coming in day one who his players are, who fits in the system, who works with the system, what system they want to play. Brands already, if Brands knows that, bang, 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 he's already got, I've got this player, got that player, that player. If that's the way it's gone, then I'm all over it.
He's apparently he's turned 4 or 5 jobs now. So he was waiting for us, wasn't he? That's the way it is, and therefore he's kind of watched everything, the type of manager. If you listen to Ryan Mason was talking about him. Yeah, he just said he's unbelievable. Like, as a man manager, he's just everything's like, you know exactly what you're doing. Curtis Davis said he'd walked them every day with, and he said in the end he started thinking, where would Marco put me in this situation during the game? You know, we never once said what would Jagielka do in this situation. No,
that's only come up once.
Well, and that's what.
That's a great players.
Exactly, great players. But that kind of attention to detail. I remember the Watford players coming out when we were first linked with him, going, "We want him to stay. We love him. We want him to stay." So if he's a good coach and a good man manager, then
every player in this country that has worked with him seems to be all over him and saying this. You know, everything is down to the minute detail,
and that wins your punch.
And I seen like a comparison, because the comparison is he's another Martinez, right? He's another Martinez. Teams don't know how to defend. I don't think he's as gung-ho as Martinez. He's a pressing sort of, you know, presses from the front. Whereas, don't forget, Martinez's teams used to just keep going. Oh, we're at the edge of the box.
You don't really try and engage teams on the edge of the box.
Exactly. That's why Barry was so good, because you used to sit on the edge of the box and try and stop things. You know, he wants high pressing, you know, kind of football, and you know, as I say, Martinez's teams were wide open. His don't seem to. I'm not this. That's what gets thrown at him anyway. All the players are saying that.
I've said it. I've said. Is he a bit like Matt Roberto? Was he a bit gung-ho and defensively and stuff? And you'd have to look and go, he plays open football. He does. You can't deny that. But we just had a manager that wouldn't attack. So what do we want?
Well, open football. Is it open football?
What a Liverpool?
Oh yeah,
a Liverpool open, a Man City open. It's just that you have to make sure you do the other things better than them teams, and Liverpool and Man City do that, and Tottenham. Spurs are a little bit more defensive than the other two, or better at defending than the other two. I'll word it like that. But they know how to. They attack. They're open. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. And then it's about putting better players in at the back. If you put better players in at the back to suit, who knows what he can do with it? What I would say about him is he went into Hull. They had 14 players. They weren't very good players, without being too disrespectful. They got promoted and had no money. Steve Bruce left on about 2 days before the season or whatever, and Mike Phelan took it over, and he had the first game. I think he had 11 players, and they beat Leicester 2-1. Unbelievably, they were champions, but they scrapped the way through. He come in with not very good players and give them a chance by organising them and coaching them. Watford, he went in, they were slightly better players. He brought in a few, made them better. Everton's squad, miles better than both of them. Yeah, we know there's players that need to go out the door.
It doesn't matter if it's miles better. They've got to be the right players.
No, but if you're working with better football,
no, I know, but we've fallen into this trap before, Baz. Good players don't necessarily fit into a system. They've got to fit into the system. Of course they don't,
but there's players in our team that will fit into the system who are better than he's had before.
Oh no, that's fine. But
but we're still going to need the team's still going to need to be rebuilt.
But you can get worse players than what you already got that will fit the system.
But I think someone like Tom Davis will really benefit from him. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin. players like that, because I think he's that, according to the players who've worked with him, know him, do I? So, but according to the players who've worked with him, he's into minute details, as you said before. Where'd he go? And I think Davis needs that almost. Well, I think he needs someone to go.
What I would say is that if you're a good coach,
Michael Keane,
if you're a good coach, you can take a player that other people might think doesn't fit the system and create something different in them. You know, he's been a coach since 2010. As I said before, I think it was Estoril in Portugal.
Estoril, yeah.
He went in there. He was the director of football, and then he took over as the manager. Got the team promoted. Got manager of the season. I think he lost 3 in 24 games. Went into the top division the season after. I think they finished 5th, but into the Europa League. Then he went to Sporting Lisbon. He won them a cup, and then he was sacked for not wearing the club suit. And if anyone's read up on the Sporting Lisbon owner, you will see that he's not necessarily a reasonable man in a lot of ways. So he was sacked, for not wearing the club suit.
As you do.
Went to Olympiacos, won the Super League in his first game, won them the league, beat Arsenal in the Champions League. I think he won 17 games in a row. I think it was a record in Europe. Then he quit that summer for personal reasons. Then he went into Hull in the following January. Unlucky to not keep them up. Then he went to Watford. And it was funny because when he went into Watford, it was about a month into the season, and as I said, we weren't looking great under Ronald Koeman, and people were starting to look at him and going, have we missed the boat on someone here? Because I was thinking that myself. A few people were like, because I remember I was thinking, and I know other people were thinking, these look really good. Like really, yeah, Richarlison on the left, and he bought a couple of other players who, you know, from nowhere. We're buying all the nice shiny things, and he was buying people under the radar. And you looked at them, oh, these look really, really good. Have we missed the boat? And then the world started to collide. So, as I say, I think hopefully it's about getting a system in place. That's the most important thing. Listen, everyone will be behind them. Everyone will give them a chance. You know, because that's what we'll do. We'll give them a chance. I just think that we've got to be, all of us have got to be a little bit more patient and hope that we're going in the right direction, because that's all you can hope for, go in the right direction. And that's everyone at the club, and that's what the club has been. That's what the changes in the last week or so have been made to do, so that everything's different. And as we said last week, I think the big thing that all the people in the media, everything are missing about Allardyce is it wasn't just Allardyce who got sacked. You know, Walsh got sacked. The board got restructured. Yeah. You know, the whole club is looking to do things slightly different and learn the lessons. And let's hope this fella's learned the lessons, you know, and comes in and come, because I think we had a discussion about this earlier on 3 or 4 months ago when we were talking about Silva, I think, and we said just because you get sacked in a job doesn't mean you're bad at the job. You've just got to learn from that job. Every manager out there, or most of the managers out there, will have been sacked at one place or another. It's about realising what you did wrong. Or did you do something wrong? Yeah. You know,
ultimately he'll be the players. That's the thing. He can coach all he wants, but we need better players as well. And I think everyone will get behind him. And I think it's the case. And when we see the type of football we play, that'll be the proof in the pudding. If we play good attacking football, win games, people will be on board with it then, and there'll be a lot of bumps in the road as we try to change the way we play and we try to do things. And this was the thing with Koeman. We seen that performance against Spurs the first day, and we were like, "This is gonna be boss. We're gonna play exciting attack," and it never really got repeated. But I think he does have a philosophy that he sticks to, and like you said, he's had a lot of time to watch us. Hopefully, he's had his pad out, evaluating players and stuff for a few months, probably for 6 months. And he can come in and get to work straight away with Marcel Brands and start turning the club around a little bit. By that I mean, I don't necessarily mean we can crack the top 4 next season. I just mean have an identity, have a good way of playing, make us competitive, make us able to go away to Spurs and give them a good go.
And also,
you know what I mean?
And also, and this ultimately the most important thing is make fans happy and make them proud and make them. And do you know, people laugh at it, but you know all that Klopp going down to the Kop and doing all the 2-2 West Brom, which they love and all that. But it's about getting those.
Well, it's about getting those
moments where you go, do you know what? We're all together in this. You know, so later on down the road, you're doing that after a big game, which you just won. Do you know what I mean? That's the whole point. It's like that's what it's saying. It's saying we're prepared to dig in for these little games, so that when we get down the road, we're doing it in the bigger games.
But also when the team's struggling, everyone's with it. They're still behind him. You're still going, well, he's fully into us. You know, he's integrated and he's part of it. So we're backing, even though the team's struggling, because every team will struggle at some stage. Are we right behind him? Koeman left himself wide open to that there was no engagement, there was nothing. Allardyce, people didn't like him, so there was no engagement. Martinez got it, but wasn't able ultimately. But he got a lot longer because he did get it.
I'm looking forward to, like, November time, and it's a little bit cold in the air, and he's got like a Bosch coat on, and everyone's happy, and everyone's like, cool.
Cool.
Winning a few games and that, and that's all it's about.
Scoring lots of goals. Look at him, he looks happy. So
it's all about going to match and
enjoying going to match, wanting to watch your team and getting behind them as well. Getting behind them from the first whistle. So let's hope that happens.
Let us know your thoughts. He's in the door, Marco Silva. Are you happy with the appointment? If you're not happy, let us know why and who you would have wanted. Be realistic. I've heard a few shouts of the likes of Conte and people like that, and I just logistically, I just don't think people like that are going to come to us.
In the frame at the moment, no.
So we've got to get it. Well, no, let's not get ourselves in the frame. Let's get this fella.
Let's get this fella to the top.
To the top. Let us know your thoughts. If you haven't already subscribed, please do click the bell for alerts so you know when the videos are coming out. And if you want more videos, join us over on Patreon.
Get over there.
We'll see you later.